Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to dive into a question I get asked all the time. How do you become a creative director? But first, there's another important question I want to talk about that I also get asked a lot, which is, do you have to become a designer first before you can become a creative director? And the short answer to that is yes. Only people with experience as creatives generally become creative directors for the most part. Surprisingly, it's a common misconception that you can just jump right into this role without having risen up the ranks from junior designer to senior designer and beyond. But the truth is, becoming a creative director is a journey that requires a lot of experience, skill, and perseverance. Now, there are some exceptions to that rule. In very small companies, they'll often try to entice a more junior designer with less experience to take the role by offering a CD title. But often those jobs don't really even manage other staff directly, or maybe just external freelancers. So don't be fooled by that sort of tactic on the part of hiring companies. You may jump at the chance to get a CD title, but then when you move to a larger company or agency later, you may find yourself in the position of having to take a reduction in title, although the pay could very well be greater. When it comes right down to it, you can't just drop into the industry at a senior level without previous experience as a designer. So why is that? To be an effective creative director, you need to have hands-on experience in whatever the creative field is that you want to be a CD in. That could be in design or copywriting or cinematography or animation, 3D packaging, advertising, whatever. Imagine trying to direct a film without understanding the basics of cinematography, or leading a design team without knowing the hands-on use of that software or how long it actually takes to do something. It's like trying to build a house without knowing how to read a blueprint. As a creative director, you're not just overseeing the work, you're deeply involved in the entire creative process. And that requires a solid foundation in not just design, but a whole range of skills. There's actually a lot more that goes into being a CD than being proficient in the tools and techniques that your team uses daily. You also need to have had experience being managed and directed by another creative director. And this is what you experience when you come up in the ranks of design. This helps you understand the dynamics of creative leadership and management in the design field. Having a mentor or a leader to look up to can provide valuable insights into what it takes to actually become an effective creative director. It allows you to see firsthand how to handle different situations, from client meetings to internal team conflicts, observing how your creative director handles stress and deadlines and client expectations. This can teach you invaluable lessons that you won't find in any textbook. There are really good creative directors and there are really bad ones. And you want to be a good one, obviously. One that can lead a team to produce incredible work that performs in the market, and who also earns the respect of the creative team that you're leading. So they want to do their best work for you and to go the extra mile when things get tough. Being a CD involves giving people direction, or, to put it another way, constructive criticism. Learning how to take criticism is a crucial part of your growth. You need to have had experience getting criticism of your work and seeing other people guided by a creative director too. This teaches you how to become truly constructive in your feedback and how to improve the work of the people that you oversee. Constructive criticism is a tool for growth, and learning how to both give and receive it is essential for any creative leader. It's about finding that balance between being supportive and being honest and pushing your team to do their best work while also encouraging their creative spirit. When you're on the receiving end of criticism, it helps you develop a thicker skin and a keen eye for detail, both of which are really essential qualities for being a creative director. Now, knowing how to fix what needs to be improved in a project is also a key skill. This comes from direct experience with creative ideation and the ability to create work that delivers on a creative brief. A good creative director has to have a keen eye for detail and the ability to see that bigger picture. This means understanding how each element of a project contributes to the overall vision, being able to make adjustments that enhance that final product. For example, if a design isn't working, you need to be able to diagnose the problem, whether it's an issue with color theory or typography or layout or communication hierarchy, and whether it will speak to the actual target viewer, and be able to provide really clear and actionable feedback to your staff on how to fix it. One of the most important aspects of being a creative director is the ability to motivate and mentor other designers. This includes not just the technical and aesthetic skills, but also communication and organization and building relationships across departments. Mentorship is about more than just teaching someone how to use a tool or a technique. It's about giving them guidance throughout their entire career, helping them navigate the challenges and supporting their growth as a creative professional. Effective mentorship involves setting clear goals and providing regular feedback and creating opportunities for your team to learn and to grow. It's about fostering a culture of continuous improvement and learning within your team. Your role as a mentor is to guide the team through challenges and ensure they're developing the necessary skills to advance in their careers. This involves regular check-ins, providing opportunities for professional development, and creating a supportive environment where team members feel valued and motivated. This could take the form of sending them to workshops or to conferences, or encouraging them to pursue continued education, or simply providing them with challenging projects that push their limits beyond their usual comfort zone. So, how long does it take to become a creative director? That often depends on the size of the company. In smaller companies with smaller teams, you might find opportunities to step into a CD role faster. But in larger companies, the journey might be longer because there are more levels to progress through. Now, typically it could take anywhere from 8 to 12 years of experience, moving through different roles and gaining a broad range of skills and experiences. Now, this journey isn't about the time that you've served, it's about the depth and the breadth of the experience you gain along the way. Working on a variety of projects, dealing with different clients, facing various challenges, all contribute to building the expertise you need to succeed as a creative director. Okay, now let's talk about money. How much does a creative director make? In a small company, it could be as little as $50,000 if you're just a junior designer who happened to get a CD title. At a larger enterprise level company, it could be as high as $250,000 to $400,000. Compensation can be even higher for principals or partners in agencies. But the salary reflects not just the creative skills, but also the strategic, managerial, and leadership skills in this role. The range is really wide because it depends on the various factors in each company. The size of the company, the industry you're in, the geographic location, the size and complexity of the projects that you're working on, all of this contributes. Plus, of course, your experience level. For instance, a creative director in a tech company in Silicon Valley might earn significantly more than one who's in a small marketing agency in a smaller Midwestern city. And additionally, the benefits and bonuses can add a substantial amount to your overall compensation package. Negotiating your salary and understanding your worth in the industry is a really important skill that you'll build over time as you develop and progress in your career. So a quick side note, if you're aspiring to land a CD role and need some career coaching from someone with decades of experience mentoring designers to move into managerial roles, I offer career coaching for creative pros who want to get promoted in the industry. So if you're interested in working with me, just go to philipvandusen.com/one-on-one. Link is in the description to check out my approach to coaching and to schedule a session with me. Now, many people think being a creative director is just about telling people what to do, but it's so much more than that. It involves pitching new clients and negotiating with internal partners. It involves writing creative briefs and developing brand and design strategies. You need to understand marketing, financial estimates, project management, your ability to manage a project from inception to completion, completing it on time and within budget while ensuring the client's needs are met. All of this is crucial. Essentially, the buck starts and stops with you. You're the problem solver. If you don't have deep experience with a wide range of issues, you're going to be in trouble. Now let's talk about pitching and presenting to clients. This is an art in itself. It's about presenting your ideas in a compelling way that convinces the client of your vision. And this requires excellent communication skills, the ability to tell a story, and a deep understanding of the client's needs and the goals of the project. You need to be persuasive and confident, yet also receptive to feedback and willing to make adjustments based on the client's input. Negotiating with internal partners is another key aspect of this role. You need to build strong relationships with other departments such as marketing and sales and account management and product development to ensure that everyone is aligned and working towards the same goals. This involves a lot of communication and collaboration, and sometimes it requires you to mediate conflicts and find solutions that work for everyone. Writing creative briefs is also an important responsibility. A creative brief is a key strategic document that outlines the direction and the deliverables of a project. It provides the foundation for the creative work and ensures that everyone involved understands the goals, the target audience, the key messages, and the desired outcomes of the projects. Now, sometimes creative briefs are delivered to you by the client, and if you've ever talked to a seasoned creative director, you know that it's very common that creative briefs need to be revised and sometimes entirely rewritten. Writing a good creative brief requires a clear understanding of the client's needs, the project objectives, and the creative process. It's about setting the stage for the creative work to come, providing clear guidance and direction while leaving room for creativity and innovation, obviously. Brand strategy and design strategy are also really crucial components of the CD role. As a creative director, you need to have a deep understanding of branding principles and be able to develop strategies that strengthen the brand and resonate with the target audience. Now, this may involve participating in or conducting market research, analyzing competitors, and understanding consumer behavior. You need to be able to see the big picture and make strategic decisions that are going to drive your client's brand forward. Now, another question I get asked a lot is being CD the top of the creative roles? Well, not necessarily. After being a CD, you could move up to become an executive creative director, an ECD, or a VP of design, or an SVP of design, or a chief creative officer, a CCO, or even become a principal or a partner in an agency. Each of these roles comes with its own set of responsibilities and opportunities, so the journey doesn't necessarily stop at creative director. There's always room for more growth and new challenges. The transition from being a creative director to higher level creative roles often involves taking on more strategic responsibilities, overseeing larger teams, and being more involved in the overall business strategy. For example, as a chief creative officer, you'd be responsible for the creative vision for the entire company, working closely with other executives to align the creative with the company's goals. And this requires a really strong understanding of brand strategy and business and marketing principles. It requires you to have excellent leadership skills and the ability to think strategically on a really large scale. So if you're wondering how to become a creative director, remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Gain as much experience as you can, be open to learning and taking criticism and mentoring others, and develop a really broad range of skills. It's really an incredible job to have. It's a great career path. The creative industry is dynamic and rewarding, and with dedication and hard work, you can achieve your goal of being a creative director. And again, if you need any help getting to where you want to go in the creative industry, I offer coaching and mentorship to get you where you want to go, whether that's getting promoted from junior designer to designer or from CD to VP of design. Just go to philipvandusen.com/one-on-one to learn more, and there's a link in the description below. Finally, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can get alerted when I post a new video or when I go live. And if you have any questions or topics that you'd like me to cover in future videos, just drop them in the comments below. I'd really like to know. So that's it. Keep creating, and I'll see you next time.